But it's a hell of a thing when you have the nerve to say something like you wish that Christians would learn more charity. I think that's I think that's very wrong. I think that's a wrong way to say things. You're welcome to disagree. I mean, it's fine, but that's a very wrong way to say things. That's what you said. Along with this, Christians should embrace the spirit of charity. Few do, though. It's very odd and ignorant comment. Anson, I don't personally want to be invited to the wedding, but apparently Kissy Cat does. So please invite her to the wedding. And one of the things you said as I scrolled back through was that to get a meal, someone would have to sit through prayers. My God, the torture of having to sit through prayers that someone may really, really need in their life. What a tragedy. What a horrible thing to sit through prayers. What churches are in your area? I'm curious now. I'm not picking on you here. I'm actually very curious because I mean, some churches. I mean, all churches are different. Yes, I'm aware of the Sikh religion. I don't really have a criticism of the Sikh religion. It's different than my own, and I don't understand all of the tenets, and some of them I would be prepared to argue at some point. However, I don't put it down. Well, again, not all churches do that. In my area, for example, we actually have food banks. They don't care what denomination you are. They don't care if you're Christian or not. They don't care. They just hand out food to people in need. That's it. I You're a very judgmental person, IA. You really, really, really exonerate or exemplary the closed-minded bigotry of the left. And I'm ashamed for you because it's really, really damaging to you. I pray that you see that. You're really closed-minded. You argued with me yesterday about that I was wrong about blacks being paid more than whites in South in the Reconstruction, and I was proven right. And you still didn't. You did not retract your statement. That's okay. Then you would not answer directly the question that there is still slavery in Africa. Tribes kidnapping men, women, and boys from other tribes as slaves. Their entire villages enslaved in Africa right now, today. And you wouldn't answer a simple yes or no. You honestly wanted to boil it down into that this sex trafficking epidemic that we have, which is the majority of most modern slaves. However, slavery still exists in Africa. They've been doing the same thing for hundreds of years, and they're not going to stop anytime soon. Your rhetoric is tired. It's very tired. It comes from a place of indoctrination and of an unwillingness to see the truth in any form. And this statement, which I haven't taken down yet, Christians should embrace the spirit of charity. Few do, though. Just exemplifies the things that are wrong with the left. and people like you. I I feel bad for you. I really do. I'm sorry that you are this way. I don't show compassion. I am not a compassionate man. I am a man. I have a very limited amount of compassion in my life, and it is used for the people that I care about. I do not care about all people. I am not a woman. I do not have it in me to care for all people. I am not a good man. I have said repeatedly that I'm a violent man, that I am not a good man. I strive every single day to be a better man, and yet I know at my core what I am, who I am. I've never said anything different, ever. Compassion is not part of my Christianity. And I didn't say I was a good Christian. I said I'm a Christian. I'm not a good Christian. I consider myself a failed Christian. Tonight, I'm going to have a debate, guys. I almost forgot about it. I apologize. Over the H-1B visas and how the left seems to be in love with the idea of effectively legalized slavery. We're going to talk about that over tonight. It's going to be a debate. Now, we have an all-star crew for this debate tonight. We have Bones of Doom. I'm not familiar with that person. Baby and Liberty. Tyler, average debate enjoyer. Mollycott, also not familiar with that person. And the Soy Pill and myself will be debating why is the left, why are the Democrats so in love with the equivalent of modern slavery? We're going to debate that tonight. I'm honest about not being compassionate. It is, yeah, it's going to be a Gibbs debate. Yes, absolutely. It is a Gibbs me a break event. What's up, Arctic Timberwolf? I have a lot of love in my heart for my wife, for my family, for my very few friends. I don't love all people. I told you I'm not a very good I'm not a very good Christian. I pray that one day you are not a leftist that's in denial and live with rose-colored glasses and can see the truth. I honestly, guys, I'm sick of the left. I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely it is soured. It is soured. And I don't care. I will literally tell you that I don't care. Cody H makes a solid point. He has compassion for humanity as a whole, want peace for humanity, but my obligations are to myself, my family, and the kingdom I am building. I think that's fair. I'm on the other side of that slightly. I am my community and my family are first, not necessarily in that order. You are a leftist. You are absolutely a leftist. You are a card-carrying Democrat leftist. I promise you, you are. You believe in gun control. You believe in the idea that you probably believe in open borders. You probably believe in a lot of things that are literally Democrat talking points. You have this idea of compassion without any, or pardon me, you have this idea of giving without demanding anything in return, which is fine, okay, but that's not always charity. Charity often comes with a price, and you know it and I know it. Yes, you did. You did. And look, your nonsense yesterday about microaggressions and how we should be more compassionate to the black men and women who went through stuff. No, you're come on, you're a Democrat. Just it's fine. What's up, Steve Posey? How are you? Well, I mean, I don't the H-1B thing. The H-1B thing, Steve Posey, is an interesting dynamic. I don't have a problem with H-1B. I know people that are on H-1Bs, and now the ones that I've known have been able to move jobs, have been able to change. They've been able to change employers pretty much at will. I mean, it's hard because you've got to have an employer that's willing to sponsor you on the H-1B, but that's actually typically not that hard if you're worth hiring. But it looks like, and I need to actually do some research on this today before the debate, before I get my ass handed to me on it. But it looks like that maybe the H-1Bs have changed to where you can't just apply to a different employer and have that employer apply for an H-1B for you. It doesn't bother me at all, Inquisitive Archivist. My problem is this statement: Christians should embrace the spirit of charity. Few do, though. I'm just saying. That's the problem. You making that assumption is the problem. Welcome, Hawaiian CC. Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Good to see you, Frankie. Too sweet. I dimly recall you being here before, but I don't really remember. I'm really bad with names. Gibbs is specifically talking about the H-1B. He's specifically talking about the way that they have changed or they're going to change the H-1Bs to basically lock it in so that you can the talking points is that you can pay these H-1B visa holders less than comparable American or domestic workers. And there's nothing the H-1Bs can do about it because they can't just leave to go find another job. Now, I don't know that is entirely true because I know that the people I know that are here on H-1Bs or were here on H-1Bs that have now either gone back to their country or have green cards or whatever. The people who were here on H-1Bs could change employers almost at will. So I'm not really. I need to do a little bit of research on it because if it's the way I remember it, I think this is a bunch of hooey and people are just talking out of their ass. If it is in fact it's changed so that if you come here on an H-1B, you can't change employers without going back to your country or doing something else. If that's the way it is, then that kind of changes everything. Oh, you're thumping. Oh, cool. Awesome. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. I'm sorry. I missed IA had one more thing. Prove my point with what you said. Yeah, sure. You claimed you're the one that was talking bad about guns. I'm just sorry. If you are not that way, then act that way. Yesterday, all you could talk about was reparations and how you think they're a grand idea. And, that's not a conservative viewpoint at all. And microaggressions. Yeah. And generational trauma, multi-generational trauma, whatever the fuck it was. Anyway, whatever. I'm just going to leave this up there because that's the shittiest thing I've ever heard someone say on my stream, to be honest. And I have some people really spew shit.